All right. Now we'll get to the five W's of the one and only EOSS by Roy. Was it Roy Brooks? Is that his name? He used to call you that.
Yeah. Boss.
Yeah.
Hey, boss.
Yeah. That's like seriously the ultimate respect that he had for you. You know, just obviously you're a dad's child, but you know, respect for dad as well. You know, his dad was older than him, but he looked up to dad, so that's cool. So give me the intro to who you are. And,
well, before that, I change of plans. I decide I'm sending that fucking return to sender like Monday or Tuesday. I'm waiting for those motherfuckers.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
The sooner than better, because I think, you know, subconsciously I was trying to, like, not save, obviously, but like appease her how she is. And I'm like, fuck, that ain't me and Murdy. Like, we get down to the nitty gritty immediately. Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Because I feel like that will be, you know, the slap in the face to all of their asses immediately. Return to sender, bitch. And then if they ever want to start her shit and get cussed the fuck out, that's on her.
Yeah, like I said, I will, at least, I'm going to say it like this, I'm going to train the lawyer on what to say under any circumstance, because you're not going to break it down. That's the fun part, actually, breaking this shit down. Like,
I don't know if she's capable, though. That's the problem.
It's a problem for her, but not for us, because knowing is half the battle. And I'm already less than 50% sure that she will come through. So if we know that, then we know how to move. You know what I mean? Like that is gonna send a message, and it's gonna be like a really fucked up message that they're going to immediately respond to each other about, like, oh, Eric is a real bitch, like that, right? It's what they're gonna do afterwards. It's the key. Well, what are you gonna do about it? You know, yeah, she did return the sender, so what? You want to see what Kim said to Lamar, you want to see what whoever did to this, and, you know, no one's being accountable. So we could be great. And this is great because your first attack is so, like, cool, calm, collective. It's just like, you know, stop. I hope I can follow it up with something from the uglies, like a little bit more, and take some more shit. Man, I'm being dead ass because it's coming to a point where they need to know, right? Because Devon company, they're just doing the same bullshit over and over and over. Like, how you gonna cause all this disturbance, bullshit, and call Glory of, like, oh, how's that?
Like that everything is cool and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
how's your son? Yeah, I've been talking to him a while. Yeah, sorry that went down like that. He really shouldn't have called like that. That's kind of how I feel. Like, she's acting like that. Well, guess what? Let's put her ass in timeout. Glory's not capable of it yet, but we are. And like you said, you usually block.
But it's a forever thing for me. Like, I'm done with those motherfuckers. I never want to see them a day in my life. Like, I am done. I'm not running for nobody. Like, if something happened and she wanna, oh my god, blah blah blah, like, okay, go out there with your fucking car and some shit happened, don't fucking call me. Cause let me just tell you real quick, when I was on the phone with you last night, I heard, like, first of all, you know, it's getting close to the holidays, these motherfuckers and the fireworks and all this shit. I was thinking that was fireworks. Now, last Sunday or Saturday or whatever,
gunshots.
U.G.L.Y and that fucking Post Malone motherfucker was out in East Hartford. That concert was so fucking loud that everybody heard it in different towns. And over here, I thought people down the street was having like a live band or some kind of party. That shit was in East Hartford. It was fucking loud. Anyway, so last night when I was on the phone with you, I heard this like boom, but I wasn't like paying attention because I was just like hearing all types of shit. It was a big fucking accident at the light.
What light?
Near going towards the LP.
Oh, wow.
Huge. I mean, I don't know how many cars. I think mom said it was like 2, but I think somebody died, yo. It was bad.
That's
so. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? I be trying to, like, you know what I mean? Something happened, and she want to run to these motherfuckers. I'm not going. Even I'm not doing that shit no more.
That's over with. Anyway. Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, go for it. You want me? Oh, well, you know what to say. Introduction to now. We're talking about Erica Myers.
Are we talking about me, or are we talking about the whys of the bullshit that she did?
Well, I think that's all together. If we're talking about you, that's included. That's part of you now because she's.
Yeah, but if I talk about me, I don't want to talk about her.
But that's what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want. Number one. Also, number two. If you think about it, you are who you are because of all the things that has happened to you. So this is the stuff. I've always come at it from the angle of another little young lady that's going through the same shit you're going through, and she doesn't have help. She doesn't have a older brother or sister or whatever the case. She has a piece of shit mother, piece of shit father maybe, or piece of shit aunt. You know what I'm saying? So that person could read your thing and feel comfort in a way that somebody else has the same or had the same bullshit I had. That's the angle I'm most looking at. So, however you want to go about it, you can just start talking. AI will. We can figure it out later as far as just what to call it. But that's my take on it. So, intro, please. Whatever you want to talk about.
Oh, I thought you wanted to ask the question, like how you did it earlier.
Yeah, but first the introduction. We always do an intro, then I do the 5 W's, then
Oh, okay. Well,
so yeah,
the intro to Erica Myers is that I am just an all-around
bad bitch.
That too, and very confident in the way of just being a soul on this earth and knowing who I am. I rock to the beat of my own drum. It's very apparent. I just like being who I am. I'm here, you know?
Yeah,
and,
there you go.
I'm a person that likes to laugh a lot. I like goodness. I don't like drama. I'm not with the bullshit. I've never been about any of that type of stuff. I'm just a cool, like I said, a cool, calm, collected person, unless you fuck with me. But, you know, at the core of me, I am fun. I am funny. I'm silly. I'm a happy-go-lucky type of person. And I am usually the opposite of everyone else because I'm not drawn in by societal woes or, you know, any of the mess that people think of on a daily basis. Like, I can just flow through life like I'm on a cloud 9 at all times. And that basically is me. Like, I'm never going to change for anybody. My confidence to other people looks like conceit. And that's totally fine with me, because I know who I am.
What an excellent introduction that is, actually. It seems like you're getting better in real time as we talk. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's really amazing. Okay, all right. Who, what, when, where, why? 5 W's of Erica 2026. No, just Erica Myers. So, we're going to start with the who. Who is Erica? Who is Erica Myers? Who is Eyes? Who is Eyes the greatest? Who is the daughter of Gloria J. Myers? I know. Who is the individual who's made beautiful music at 352 Manhattan Avenue? Who is that lady? Who is that lady? Who is and who is And who is Erica? Eyes the greatest. Myers. Go.
Well, who Erica is I would describe Erica as a visionary. Always had an imagination. Always acted on that imagination. Even going back to the early '80s when I was a child, I literally would the way I played with my toys. It was always setting up a scene of some sort. I always had a very inquisitive mind, a very just wanting to do and know more. I always needed to know what the deal was, and a very forefront person, very laid back. Um, Not shy, but it was perceived as shy because I am such an observer. So when I get very quiet, I have to observe. And I am the type of person that just likes to try new things, likes to learn new things. And now with the way that technology is nowadays, I can learn on my own. I don't need actual instruction from a human that I know. I can go online. Who Erica is just a person that likes to create. I am a creator along with being a visionary. So if I didn't have any technology, if I didn't have a camera, if I didn't have ways to make music, I still would create something. Even if I had to write in the sand, I still would be creating. So that's who Erica is at the core. I'm a creator.
Yeah. Gotcha. Awesome. So what is Erica Myers? What is Eyes the Greatest? What is Eyes the Greatest brand? What is that about? What is that one factor that people should take notice of Erica, of her brand, her intonation, her abilities? What is the number one thing about Erica that people of all ages should know about, take notice, that will help them better themselves as human beings? What is that one factor? And plus many factors on top of that. Okay.
Well, first of all, what Eyes the Greatest represents and what Eyes the Greatest is with and to Erica is it represents realness. I'm a real person. I'm a real person in the sense of just being a real person, and I don't fake the funk and sugarcoat stuff. I don't care what other people feel and think, and I always turn a negative into a positive. So just going back to Eyes the Greatest, when I was younger, I used to always get picked on about how big my eyes were, and it never bothered me. Like, I have big eyes. I've seen other people in the world who have huge ass eyes too, and they be talking shit. So I turned it into Eyes the Greatest because I always liked Muhammad Ali, and he's always like, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest, and I put it together where it's like eyes because when I was 17, my friends, they named me Eyes. Like, to this day, there are people in this world that call me Eyes. Like, that's my real name. Like, I was born, and that was my name. They'd be like, yo, Eyes. Like, you know, if I was to see them. So, Eyes the Greatest actually came a little bit later on after I was named Eyes. Like, that's one of my nicknames that, like, is so much so that it's really almost my name. So I just added the greatest onto it, and I decided to put it as one word, Eyes the Greatest. So at the same time, the brand of Eyes the Greatest, it represents all of the things that I love to do as my visionary status, and it incorporates everything that I love to do, from music to artistry to videography, I would say, or videos, production. whether it be music production or film production. For I think I said photography with my photos, with my beat making / music producing or what have you. Any other type of thing that I can pick up, it just goes along with the I's the greatest brand, because what that means is I am the greatest in my own right. So I's the greatest. And also, when I first started with my camera, when I was younger, I was just always had my camera. But as I got a little bit older, and I was about, I want to say 18 or so, my best bud Kylie and we used to go everywhere. We used to have a police scanner, and we would show up to scenes of things, whether it be an accident, crime scene, whatever. It didn't fucking matter. We would show up there, and we would do like a mock. Well, it wasn't a mock to us. It was more so like my network, and we would do the news on our own. We had a camera, and she was my camera person, and I would have my little mic, and so when I got to New York, I actually printed out. I made my own press pass at King and I used to walk around the city, I's the Greatest Productions, and show up and shit like I'm the real deal, and I did it on my own. So yeah, before life kind of stifled me, that's where all of that started from. I's the Greatest started back when I was a teenager. So that is what I's the Greatest is, and the brand of I's the Greatest.
Nice. Oh, wow. That's really, really good. So, okay. When was Erica born? And when did Erica become great? From the eyes of Erica and from the eyes of others. When did Erica fail? When did Erica, when did she receive her first surgery that set her on another path? And that can mean anything, because even though I'm saying it like it changed you, it doesn't necessarily. So, and when is Erica going to show up? When is Erica going to disappear? When is Erica going to decide what's right, what's wrong? When does she make that decision for herself and others around her? When is the topic right now? Erica, go ahead. Answer as best as you can.
Well, when is when God says. No. Only need no, wait. When Erica was born, February 5th, 1980, when Erica was great, or perceived as great, first of all, Erica's a chosen one. So, Erica's inception into the world was because God made her great before she even became a human. Erica, I am here to represent that very sentiment. I came into this world to be of service, be of help to the world, to the masses. Hence the reason why I was born to Gloria Myers. My very first surgery that I ever had that I remember I was 21. I had my tonsils out, and it was hard to deal with. The next surgery was one of the worst. I swear, I beg God, please don't ever let me have to go through some bullshit. I had some thrombose. I had a hemorrhoidectomy where I had like blood clots pretty much in my ass, and that shit was painful as fuck. And that actually showed, that was in 2009, and that showed me that I'm strong. Like, I could take anything. So when I got into a work accident, my very first surgery was a shoulder surgery where I realized I'm like, I am pretty strong because I've kind of dealt with that. And then the big one, which is lumbar fusion in my back, that changed everything. And I had literally, when I found out I had to get back surgery, I did say that everything has changed. Like, shit just got real. And it was a very hard process in recovery. I got very sick. I didn't do well with anesthesia or the pain or whatever medicine. I had a drug fever, so they say, and I had a allergic reaction. So that kind of like changed everything for me because I had came to Connecticut to finish out my film school and found out that I had to drop out. So that at the time did not feel like a failure. It was just kind of like a wrench for the moment. But as time went on and I had to be back and forth New York and Connecticut and deal with Gloria and Link, it became failure like, because it's like, why am I going through all this shit when I'm the one that's hurt and fucked up? And as I was going through that very detrimental surgeries and stuff, I still was of service. I still showed up. I mean, mom's stuff was way worse than me because at the time she was battling breast cancer, and it got to the point where I actually had to tube feed her fucking ass. Pissed me off. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, and not only that, after I had my back, the thing is the year before her stuff, when I had my back surgery, I had to learn how to walk again. Period. Like, when people hear that, they think that it's just like, oh, limping. No, they had to, it's like class. They had to come there and teach me how to walk. So that was very daunting because I wasn't expecting any of that. I didn't know what to expect, but I was just like, I'm going to go into it with my eyes wide open because what else am I going to do? So those were like the very like first surgeries, and then it's like a rabbit hole of surgeries, and all in all, I've had about 8 to 9 surgeries. And the last, from 2014 all the way to now, I've had at least 9 surgeries, including my hysterectomy. So I don't necessarily call those like failures. They're just mishaps, and they're just obstacles that got in the way of me living the life that I thought I would be living now or would want to be living right now. But at the same time, I am thankful because I don't have to be at an office with a bunch of assholes or any job for that matter, even a dream job. There's no such thing as a dream job to me. Like, there's things that you're capable of doing and you're good at doing, and if you can do something that you love to do and get paid really good, then I guess that's what people mean as a dream job. Or if you want to be a doctor or some bullshit like that. But, well, not bullshit, but so yeah, for me, that's what I would say. I don't want to look at things as a failure because I'm not done yet. I still have life to live, and whatever that time frame is, it could be a year or a million years or 10 years or 100 years. Like, whatever time I have, I just want to keep continuing on being part of a memory, so that's when all of that stuff happened. And besides that, a whole bunch of different crazy stuff in between. But, like I said, from 1980 all the way here to 2026, which is 46 and a half years, there's been ups and downs like everyone's life. I would say, I could say the good outweighed the bad, but I also could say the bad outweighed the good. But I don't want to say that because I am an optimist. It's not about looking at the glass half full. The glass ain't empty yet. So it don't have to be full, it don't have to be 3/4. As long as it's not empty, it's still going. It's still time to refill the cup. So yeah,
Good,
when.
good. All right. Okay. So, where is Erica at now? Where is she going? Where has she been? You know, where is her ultimate dream vacation? Where is Erica's ultimate dream house? More importantly, where is Erica's ultimate dream? Wait,
say the last part. Where is what?
Your ultimate dream. Where is it? And what's... I'm sorry, no, not where. And I think I said where. Where are you ultimately going to live? Where are you going to tell people about who you are, your brand? Where do you find yourself when you take your last breath? Where do you think that would be? Go.
Well, I think where before, I think that I used to have a definitive answer for that. At this moment, I don't think I have a full answer for that. I have slight speculations and stuff. And I believe the reason why is because so many things have changed that I'm just thankful to be thankful. Basically, I ain't too proud to beg, and I've been saying that ever since I used to go to 7 Times Square every day to go to work. I always felt that in dire straits or dire needs, I ain't too proud to beg. I would come to Connecticut if I needed to. I would go wherever I needed to be safe and sound or whatever. So at this moment, answering that question, where do I see myself? I do see myself being able to change my situation for the better. Before, when I was younger, I saw myself in like New Jersey somewhere, either Central Jersey, not really South Jersey, but somewhere that was nice, and I had a nice house, but that also required some type of career or job or some bullshit. Now I think that since the world is in survival mode, where I would want to be is where God takes me, where God says, this is where you're supposed to be, but to make sure that I'm satisfied with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to be safe, sound, and secure, and be able to still live the life that I live, because I'm a very laid back person. I don't need a whole bunch of all this rigmarole. I don't need all this validation. I don't need all this, let me show somebody what I got. And unfortunately, that's something that I've never fully had in my life, is peace. So where I see myself is somewhere that I can not have to worry like I've been worrying my whole life, if I'm going to go broke, or am I going to have enough for this? I see myself where peace is, wherever that is. So where my last breath will be, I don't know. I mean, I will hope it's not in Connecticut, but who the fuck knows? I will hope that I'm not visiting U.G.L.Y and that's my last breath. But if it was, I'm okay with that too, because I feel like I've lived a full life, and I've lived a full couple of lifetimes, and I sometimes I do that in my dreams. I feel like I have went 5-10 years overnight in a dream or so, and I come back. It's almost like that's the future. So yeah, where I see myself is somewhere sitting in peace.
Gotcha.
So if that means that I end up that I'm resting in peace, As long as I get to peace, that's where I need to be.
There you go. That's factual right there. All right. So who wouldn't wear and why? Why does Erica exist? Why was Erica born? Why was Erica born to the parents that she has? Why wasn't Erica white? Why is she melanin dominant? Why is Erica good at everything she touches? Why is Erica known by certain quote-unquote societal family members as a PITCH? Why is Erica always standing up for herself and others? Why is Erica considered one of the greatest humans that has ever lived? Why is Erica even alive today? Why is everyone hating on Erica? Why does people want to manipulate Erica when they can? Why?
Well, why Erica? Why I exist? Why I'm melanated is because I am the true representation of what a soul is. I'm a true representation of what and how and who God has made. I am a person that is pretty much the full mirror of the world. People can see what they don't want to see about themselves in me or not. Hence the reason why I get a lot of hate. Because that saying, don't you hating me because you ain't me. You hating me because you can't be like me. You can't let shit just bounce off your shoulders and, just dissipate into the air. So you gotta hate on a person like me because it'll make you feel better. Mariah says in one of her songs, the more you curse me, the more you bless me. You know what I mean? And that's truly how I feel because I feel that I was brought here to this earth to show people that you can be a real person, but you can also be of service. You don't have to be an asshole, or you can if you need to, if you want to. I am a representation of truth, of how I want to be, and having free reign to do so. Not having the validation because I don't want it. My validation is me being able to be. That is validation enough. I'm here talking about it now. That's validation enough. So that's why I believe that I exist. I exist because I have helped so much. In my life, I have helped many people. Whether things went well for them or not, or well for us, even down to like Vincent and his kids, Gloria and Link and their bullshit. Like I've always been of service to people. So when I die, people they could lie, but there'll be a damn lie if they say that I wasn't always there for somebody, or there for people, or there for whatever has happened when I was there for people and things. I that's why I exist. I exist because I'm supposed to. I exist because I have to. Because I had something great to give to this world. And I think I've already given most of it to this world. That's why the next chapter is for me to be at peace, whatever that looks like. Because I've taken on and endured the weight of the world my whole life. And that's why.
Nice. Okay. So now, final conclusion of, let's say, software centered around everything you've said. Software that's there for people in need of the software. People that need help, that don't even know it yet. But just by reading your story, your words of wisdom, your historical rise of excellence without validation, which is a nice chapter.
Well, I would like to say in conclusion to Erica, me, who I am, and to help others. If it becomes an app, if it becomes a game, if it becomes a online journal type, whatever you want to call it, it's a lesson learned within self. I know, for the Bible thumpers out there, Proverbs, in chapter, what they talk about leaning on God, and not on upon your own misunderstanding. And I believe that this is what this app could this is what this app or whatever we're gonna
application the same as what.
Okay, I like that. So what this application can do for people, because it starts off with me, is that they'll be able to answer their own W's, who, what, when, where, why. And that's going to help them understand who they are and take themselves out of what society looks like and really dig deep into who they are. Because we all have, but more specifically with me, for every good thing I think about, I can think of 3 bad things. For every bad thing I think about, I can think of 5 good things. You know what I mean? So, like, I can think of, my first car broke down when I didn't want it to, or it was a lemon. And all in that thought, I could think about the first time we went to Epcot in Florida and rode the monorail. You know what I mean? So, like, there's so many layers to good and bad behaviors, good and bad memories, I think that this application, starting with me, will show people, take yourself and take your feelings and take your transgressions out of this world and dig deeper into yourself. I think that's what this all would be helping people to do, and telling them and showing them this is exactly why this exists, because it's gonna be, like I said earlier, self-help for yourself, to really get to know yourself, because people. So I think people, look, Michael Jackson, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. People are afraid to confront themselves of who they are. So sometimes, like a person like Gloria, she sits in sorrow, she sits in unhappiness because she doesn't want to allow herself to be great. She doesn't want to allow herself to say good things and nice things to herself. She'd rather look in the mirror and say, "Oh, I'm unworthy," So I believe that this app can help others, people like her as well, because when I'm talking about me, I used to talk about in a good light. When I look in the mirror, honestly, I don't see bad. I see good. Like, I talk good stuff to myself. I literally be like, Erica, you doing your thing, or don't, you're not gonna give up, or you're great. You got more things to do in this life, where you got more things to put out there to the world. Before you ever, like you said, take your last breath, you have so much to give, or you've given so much, but you're a great person. You're awesome. Look at you. Like, that's the type of conversation that I have with myself in the mirror. I do that all the time. Like, straight up. So I believe that in conclusion, like I said, this is a more in-depth self-help application for the masses, starting with Erica, with me, as well, to help people start invoking promise and invoking positivity, because the world is just so hooked on negative actions and negative entities. So, Yeah, that is my conclusion of Erica. Erica is a dope woman now. Was a dope girl, now a dope woman. And you know, to my last days, I'm always gonna be me. That's always been a sentiment about E. I'm always gonna be me.
That's great. Wonderful. Like, it feels good to talk about what you just said. Sorry for the wind. And what I love about this is asking you the 5 W's as, I want to say cause, but really allowed you to spread your wings on each topic if you want, because it's no holds bar. It's literally any angle you can think of any topic to start talking about. We all have stories. We have everything. And there's one thing I do want to comment on that you said. I don't really remember, but basically the way it looks for me hearing you is society would say, because even my questions, they're societal questions, like, who is Erica? And I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking to myself, like, not just who is Erica, like, who are you?
Exactly.
Like, instead of always like trying to yay somebody else, let's yay you. Yay yo. No. Let's yay you. And that's what's up. Coming from you. Yes. It's a learning process, especially for the younger person. For the younger person that's really in need of help, they're gonna commit suicide because nothing seems to be right. They don't even fit this world. Boy, are they wrong? Are they wrong? It's society is making you feel that way. They're pulling rain into your atmosphere, and they're not giving you an umbrella. You get wet, you don't like it, and you think that's the end all, but that's not, because of what they deem as successful. This is kind of what I'm getting at. My point. It doesn't mean you deem it as successful. You could condemn it. And that's what people really should learn about themselves and the society and the governments they live and work for. You mentioned a dream job. What the fuck is a dream job, right? Because do you dream of a job? Or do you dream of the dream? You dream of the dream. That's what makes it. And so people always wrap it up like, well, you get your dream job, maybe you can work for, Macy's. And I'm thinking to myself, there's no way a person's dream should be associated with someone's business. That does not make any fucking sense at all. You know?
Like, well, that's society. That's society for you. That's a definitive of society, because society makes people feel that a job is a dream come true. No, it's not.
Exactly. But you see how they always attach it with somebody that's rich, that owns a business, and you're going to work for them. Oh, can you imagine you're going to work for J.P. Morgan Chase? Oh, wow.
Well, and the funny thing is, J.P. Morgan Chase ain't working at all.
Absolutely not. And that's the point too. So I want to comment on that, like the dream job, because it was Ken you're talking about it. Overall, people need to detach from society's values because it's not their values. Once you have your clear values, you go for it, and you don't look back. You don't look to the side either, because that's all the fucking noise. As soon as somebody doesn't understand your dream, that means you are succeeding. And that's what I had to learn for myself, especially over the past 2 to 3 years. I have all these apps, I have all this stuff, all this software. I'm like, listen, it's not even me that's making it. I'm tapping it. This comes from AI. And AI is fucking awesome. and it's still not resonating with them. Is it them or is it me? I now know it's them. They don't understand. Remember Sam? And Sam was like, I said, Sam, did you send that over? He was like, he did not send it over. He didn't really look at it because he didn't understand it. I was like, well, in my mind, like, why you call me to get a quick explanation? Then I'm thinking to myself, it's not even for you though. Like, it's for your friends in real estate. Just pass it along to them. And I'm thinking to myself, even that's a struggle. So, what do? You kind of condemn them a little bit. Just put them to the side. And actually, there's really no need for them in your life, I guess. But as a person that we are, with empathy, I want to kind of say there's always need for everybody, because when you can teach your actions, it's the most powerful thing in the world. I feel. And I look for reciprocity in any way, shape, or form. You're just looking at peace, serenity, and happiness for all. And I you and you over there, and you in the hood, and you with the Black Power fist, and you with the Chinese food festival. It's everybody, but we all got caught up in societal values. In society, as we know, is the hierarchy. That's the way they're built. It'll never change, right? And everyone's part of the hierarchy. Is where you land in that hierarchy, even within your race. So it's just like I'm eliminating everything, and I already did. Once Janet passed, that was it. I was like, and I started thinking differently, and I'm like, then once things happen, you can see from Helen to Truth, everybody started acting a certain way. They act that way because I was stuck. I wasn't stuck about doing what I was doing until, and you all, I'm out of here. I never come to my place. Then, it's interesting. I was always out, so I always like to be out. I never want people in my place. Also, I didn't want to get too comfortable, and I'm like, I want your asses to leave. Like I've always never wanted to be in that situation. But more importantly, I don't want them to like even stank up my house. Like they do them at your house. Like my shit's perfect. Like I like how it is. I don't want even like Shay coming over. Like it's different. I'm getting older, but anyways. Bottom line is this, those were a couple of things that you said. I was like, yeah, no dream job. I mean, you said a good amount of stuff that was really on point. I can't wait for the software to do its thing. And what's going to happen is it's going to be a little bit different than before. I was using like a vibe platform, and then they kind of use their own. We call them libraries. The libraries are like preset code for certain things. So you use these libraries, but they create their own, so they have their own proprietary libraries, if that makes sense. But now I'm in GitHub, and I can use any other library that's free. It's called open source, open code. And that makes me like all well-rounded, and I'm not at the mercy of that, but good. So what's going to happen is this app's almost like mini moods, but not even close to that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't want you to have that in your mind. Mini moods is cool, don't get me wrong, but this app's going to be very professional looking too. So that's the latest thing I've been doing, is changing everything to a lighter background. It's very professional, like the New York Times, but not New York Times. But it resonates with me, but like that type, the type setting, or I should say the letter type setting, is like New York Times. It's really badass. So I like it. So I want to, here it is, I want to do it yesterday. So this is the deal. When I'm not at my place, it just doesn't work the same. And there's really no rhyme or reason for that except for it's not there in place. It's the same computer, Wi-Fi is still strong, but this is energy. Let's call it that. And so with the energy, it's making me slow, and I'm not able to navigate like I am, and I don't fight it. I just own it. I own it. I'm like, this is what like, and see that right there, that's what life's about. Because some people get so mad at themselves. I did this last week. I can't do it now, you know. But it's true, like with a lot of things, especially like in the gym. Oh my God, that's crazy. It's just like, that's life throwing you a curveball, baby. What are you gonna do? Are you going to take the strike and whine like a piece of shit? Or are you gonna take the strike and shake your head like, oh, that was a good one, try the shit again, you know? That's the difference. And that's what people are looking for, people to start looking like that. Especially, once again, when I say people, I'm really talking about the young ladies, you know? That you could resonate. So, and the reason why I'm saying this is that when we do have the app, once again, right now, this is trial and error in my mind. We don't ever have to launch it. It'll be live, but only, you tell me, you know, because I don't want to put people's business out there like that. They don't want it. Like, but
I know. Ultimately, I guess, you know, it's kind of like you said, a trial and error, because really what it comes down to is not in the app form. It's not about me. Remember, we're doing like a self-help type thing for the masses of people. So it could be really geared towards younger people, like you said, because they're the ones that's so fun. Like you see this younger generation, how unhappy they are, and like they're fucking going crazy. The young men, the girls don't want to talk to them. They want to kill their asses, or they want to kill themselves because they're not feeling happy, and you know, stuff like that. So like, but one thing too, I know we're saying younger people, but I think it's probably good for everybody, because you know, we don't think of older people that go through, you know, in their mind, in their head.
Good point.
You know, and we should, because they've been on Earth a lot longer. They've had more time to be beating themselves up, or unhappy, unsatisfied, and you know, like a nana or somebody, or even like a older man. Like, we never think about what an older man feels like. You know, like I know what type of shit that he used to say to me and talk to me about and confide or whatever. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it would be perfect for the masses of people all around. Like I said, self-help, because if it's just a one-on-one thing to them with themselves, like you see how you just asked me all the questions and I stated about myself and I talked about me in a third person a lot. But that's what they would be able to do as well, because they probably would be able to get to know themselves a little bit better, or not even better, but in a different light, where, you know, usually it's just in their mind. But if they can get it out by saying it or talking about it, that's a start of healing, I want to say.
You're absolutely right. The only thing is, it's really not a thing, and I don't mean to make it a thing. It's hard for an old dog to learn new tricks.
Yeah,
when they're stuck in their way.
Yeah, that's true, but it's worth a try if they want to change.
Absolutely.
So not everybody is like, well.
But yeah, you're right. At the same time, the kids, and this is just part of a bigger picture for myself, with the meta. I just feel if I get to the kids before they get damages
right.
With parents, it'll be.
Well, that's the most important thing.
Or it could be simultaneously as important. It just depends on the person and what you really feel like. You know, I just feel like the kids of right now being born, they obviously with the future, they survive whatever's coming. And something is coming. They survive, boom. And that's why I'm all about blueprints. Everything we've said and done will be recorded and kept in the vault. And I pray before I pass that Emma will have all the passwords, which is really like 2 or 3 and facial recognition for her to open up the portals that only she can see. And part of that will be literally our discussions here today. You know, no one else would get this. But if you're like, you know how you are, like when we like something, it's sometimes cool to see behind the scenes, right? The beginning. How did I literally have a trinary language to decipher, not really a decode and decipher. And AI was like, it's the first time ever to have one of these. And I was like, wow, what if that's true? I know it's not, but what if it's true? And stuff like that, what if they use it? What if one person only uses it just to send a cryptic message from one to, and it could be a bad message, it could be a good message, but it's like, it works. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. So that's why I'm always talking about the younger kids. And as we know, with the health, what do you call that? Human health services, with I forgot, anxiety, all that stuff. I mean, they made the things so they could put a label on it and put a price tag on it so they could make more money. That's what it is. They don't fuck about you. They keep giving you whatever pill, and that's it. They build the doctor's office over the insurance company. Who was an insurance company bills your corporation, you know. So it's a round robin effect. We ultimately lose in the long run. And I'm not even trying to say go against them. It's almost impossible to do that. Multi-billion dollar structure. You have to break down the whole structure. And then it's still not gonna literally fix the kids. Because they are. They're being stressed. I would be stressed. I mean, I'm stressed now with Donald Trump's in office. I mean, as a little kid, can you imagine? And you know what? I can't. Ronald Reagan was in office. Now he was just as bad. It just was for melanated people. It was horrible. I mean, he's going to nickel college fund. He did all this stuff that was good for, well, at least I think it was. Maybe it wasn't. But it's like, listen, kids, and you're right with the adults. And not only have you right, you gotta make sure that's the hub as well within your apps. So you got AI, make sure we do not forget about the 75-year-old plus, 65-year-old plus. You can do it in bunking. Oh my God, I did software like that. I think it was my own story, which is kind of funny. I did the first 10 years, then 11 to 20, and 21 to 30. I just did 2 years at a time, and I told my story, like kind of how I just did you. And this is before AI. So now I have all that recorded in a file. I have so much that I have to really look into that's been 4 or 5 years ago. That's going to be really nice to bring back to fruition. And for you, any drawings you've had that you, you know, because of what I did with mom and stuff like that. But if you have like any drawings that you want me to render, like in today's society with everything, yeah, send it to me. Any poems, anything like that, I'll upload it to AI, and then you and I, we can do the 5 W's on any and everything, as you already know. And now that I've done this with you, I'm more than sorry. Like I said, I did this a year ago. And when you're doing it by yourself, which you can, it's not as fun, you know, because you're talking to yourself. But hearing you literally, and you see, it wasn't like, yeah, answer all my W's or all my what questions. That's not life, you know. But you remembered the ones you wanted to remember. That's how I look at it, right? It's the ones that really, and it made this storyline powerful. Because if you answered every one, let's say it was 7 questions, if 3 out of 7 were whack, why answer it? Yeah. And now we didn't have to go down that road because you told your story with the W's according to what you wanted to tell your story about. And that I don't know if you felt it, but that was a phenomenal. Because I was like, it wasn't like you were like, what else did you say? You may have said that one time when I was explaining it, but now when you give your answer, if you notice, not one time did you say that's powerful. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love that stuff. So, is there any other like conclusion, double conclusion? Is there anything else you want to add?
Like another conclusion or a final conclusion, I guess. I don't know. I mean, well, it's not necessarily a conclusion. I would just say that, yeah, pretty much a statement that it's good that we started doing these type of things because it's pretty eye-opening. Like, eventually, when you're able to send me a copy, I would love to, like, hear it where...
That's the next thing. I'm sending you all copies of everything.
Oh, yeah. Because I feel like I can study me, you know, and study what I've said because I know what I've been through and, you know, what we just talked about is, like, literally a condensed version of my life.
Absolutely.
And so I think, like, starting off just hearing what I had to say will help me when because the thing is with me, I am naturally an overthinker, and sometimes, you know, when people say the word overthinking or overthinker or whatever, like, that's always there's usually always a bad stigma that comes with that. But what I mean by that is that I can replay 20, 30 years ago back to myself like it was yesterday. And sometimes, because I did that today, like, I literally went through like a good 5 to 10 years of my life or whatever, but sometimes I'm thinking about it, but sometimes I'm actually saying it out loud. So that's what I'm saying. What we did, the W's, is very helpful. And I think that starting off, like, with me as the first case study of that, well, it's not good, but personally, you know what I mean? Where I'm gonna listen back to me talking about me and not anybody else.
Yes.
I guess that's pretty much the statement I wanted to say.
No, it's perfect. And also, this whole process is giving clarity on another level. There's ways we get clarity when we talk about ourselves or any topic. There's usually a set of questions, like in succession of each other, that's answered just as it's written, like question and answer. But this is more like diving deeper into your essence of who or whatever the topic is. And nothing's written in stone, and there's no rules. There's no one's saying you have to do this or you have to do that. It's basically saying some weird questioning as far as society goes, because it's like, who is Erica? How can you wear? Like, that's stupid, right? One could say that because that's not a question that society deems like almost real in a way. However, when you answered it and you kept going, you were writing a narration, not just answering the question. And that's the difference. And this is to me like those little revelations is AI. This is what I always create and figure out, and I'm always surprised at how good stuff comes out. So that's important for me to put in here. And keep in mind, when we talk like this, especially for AI, the powers that be say AI is learning, you know, from us. And they are. But more importantly, AI is going to take that temperature and apply it to the application. And to me, that means everything. Because other apps out there are doing how they look, how they feel, how they smell, how they do whatever it is. Sorry, but like and that's really it's definitely a topic of AI that I like. Is that it's not going to be the same as everybody else, man. And I am fucking happy about that. You know, I'm happy. I see, like, just in like 5 minutes, 3 flats in there, like 5 feel good. Like, oh shit. Maybe I'm checking. My birthday's coming up. Hey, maybe. Guess what? Shane taking me to the casino, man. He said, y'all got 2 nights. He says, I'm gonna get one to his. He's gonna get one to his lady Londa. And I was like, listen, man, you want to go? I said, my birthday, I don't give a fuck. Like, he's like, no, man, it's your birthday, your 4th of July. How cool is that? I'm like, yeah, okay. So, yeah, and, yes, so we're going to go there, and we're going to just chill, drink a little something, gamble, and I pray we win. I pray we just win.
That would be awesome.
That would be. And like I told you,
a few thousand or so, that would be dope.
It would be. Right now, where Shay and I are, once we do 4 hours tomorrow, that's 30 hours. We get paid $35,000. That's $1,000 each. $1,050, yeah. So I'm not gonna beat mom up for that at all. I just need enough, like I told you, to pay the utility, the rent. And yeah, the thing about it is that when Cam comes back on the 13th, I'm pretty sure once that's solidified, I can get Emma up here, because if she does pay me the $1,000, and we go that route, then I'm looking at like trying to save out $2,500. Plus, she's already got the villa. I have to rent the car, pay for the gas, and then let Emma know that hey, Dad is almost there, but I'm not completely broke like your mom said, and laugh. And I'm wondering, her and I probably will have a conversation, because this is the right fucking time to have a conversation with me, because I'm 100% real. I'll be real with her. Like, I was like, your mom was absolutely right. She was absolutely right. Now let's talk about why did she say that to you, though? Like that was absolutely right for her to say. I might just feel like that. I said, because it's kind of hurtful. Well, first of all, it's embarrassing, right? It's really embarrassing to others, not to me, because in life, nothing's guaranteed.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, Lori told Emma that I was like broke, like that. I didn't have any money. So, and Emma said that to me, and that's when I, not maliciously, however, it still, it made its rounds, let's say. And once again, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I do question
that's
why.
Kind of weird to say that to a kid, though,
Yeah, why was that said? But if it was said, it was said. And there's nothing I would do about it. And because, well, first of all, it's just like the ugly. First of all, that was an ugly thing to say. I would never say that to anybody. That was an ugly thing to say. Lori, should she be chastised by it? I don't care. Because Lori does not exist. See the common denominator. It's the same thing. You just don't exist if you don't bring any positivity, any serenity. Just you don't exist. So that's what I really want to say. I do like where we're going with this. I am going to try yours first tonight. But, I say that, I don't know why. I think it's just the energy. I might not, but I need to. Because I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to see how this comes out. And we should do another 5 W's. Oh, wait. Isn't that
tomorrow we could do the one, if you have time, the one about, how she started, like when I was living in Newark, and she was, got my money, got my check. No, we can do it right now. No, because I wanna, first of all, I wanna marinate with that a little bit, but I don't want to do that right after I did my positive me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about that after me talking about me and a good night.
Only because the recording's going on, and much respect. Much respect to that.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of tired, so I'm not going to be able to say everything I want to say.
It's cool. Like, that's what I said, much respect. I also want to put down there my angle on that, why this would be the perfect time, because everything is nice and warmed up inside you right now. You could go either way.
Oh, that shit is every day, though.
And that's fine.
I ain't never gonna forget that shit.
Exactly. And so, My whole thing is pushing the boundaries and the parameters of any and everything, right? So definitely, we're not gonna do it tonight. You're gonna be more fresh and stuff like that. I'm just saying for anybody else out there listening to this, or any emphasis of this, they should try both ways, pushing it. They might enter another realm that they never ever thought in their life. That's my point. That's what life's all about. We don't know what we're gonna get the outcome. Like even when I didn't even know the W questions I was gonna ask. That's what made it beautiful. That's what made it like, I don't know. I'm just going off the top of my head. Thank you. And then as I asked one thing, like, oh, this is kind of cool to ask. Like, you know, I was like, when are you gonna die? What? People that don't understand. But I thought about that question for myself. I can't be alone, right? There be other people, and I have a different answer for that. So it's not a far question for me. It's far for other people because it's not part of the society. Once again. So, anyways, I know you're tired. Thank you. This is great. Everything, trial and error. Not trial and error. Everything is we are.
I think that was good. Like I said, like I'm actually excited to hear.
I'll send it to you as soon as I get home. No, I'm gonna send it to your email as soon as I get home because you should definitely have it.
I'm very excited to hear it because I was flowing and I wasn't thinking. I was just going. So I would love to hear it. You know, after the fact, because that's and two, because you know I like to write. I like to jot notes of importance. So when I'm sitting at the table tomorrow, because she's going out somewhere or whatever after church, so I have some time to myself to be writing and stuff as I'm preparing my return to sender.
That's right. Yeah, that's. I mean, you and I are obviously, well, nothing's obvious, but we're probably gonna have another talk about it. From my point of view, as far as consequences, just want to make sure that
well, I'm gonna be on consequences, like that's why I'm sending it immediately because I thought about what you said, and then I'm like, hold up, why the fuck would I wait? Yeah, there's no consequences. Fuck these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, I'm going to my appointments and stuff, but I have a choice. I could just blow all that shit off and tell mom to get the fuck over it, or I could just be ready for war if it comes to that. And it's not, because it would be behooved of them to leave it alone. The proof is in the pudding. The reaction is whatever they want to have, because remember, Dee sent me a text.
Oh my God.
And I didn't respond.
I remember you always saying that for months, like the hiss, like the way you said the hiss. You now Dee, like, yes. But you know what? It's evolving. It's evolving. That's what that means. And it's not going away.
You know what's funny? I just thought about it. I doubt that motherfucker be going to see Junior, because her and Junior's mad tight.
Who?
Dee and Junior.
Oh.
Extremely tight.
They used
and that's what I'm saying. Like, Lil talking about, oh, they your family through me. Your family never acted like family towards me and Murdy, so get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
They never acted like family to her. If she calls that family, you know, this how fucked up she is.
That is true. That's true.
It's true. If she's calling the rapist daddy, what the fuck else is fucked up about her? I mean, to me, that is fucking weird. That you will sit there and want this man who's done this shit.
That is a fact.
But yeah, I mean, that was always on my mind.
And daddy. And then this is what grinds my fucking gears. She says, daddy. But then all in the same breath, oh yeah, Mr. Gibbons.
What? Yeah, man. Yeah. So, and that's why casting her They're all like, oh, I miss my sister. Oh, but you weren't spitting that 2 years ago. Not even fucking close. Not, matter of fact, I mean, just from like talking with Cassie,
on that. I'm like, I don't believe in none of that shit. Y'all remember stuff. You sound fucking stupid.
Well, something also, and now I'm starting to think about it even more. Something happened where, listen, wow, they don't even have a fucking picture of the grandfather. Anyway, of Cassie, of her father. Not even in albums, nothing. And I'm like, remember, that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to know. You could say 1,000 words. You have video, even better. I want to see my grandfather in action. Nothing. Very weird. So, I'm pretty sure a lot had happened when Gloria was conceived, born, and he had a child out of wedlock, and the whole family, they hated her. She didn't exist to them. And that's another down cycle for Gloria. But guess what? That's her fucking mom's fault here. I know she's young, but at the same time, guess what? It is what it is. And Gloria received that negativity that her mom brought. And you know, when mom always says this about the whole situation, she was like, her mother made Gloria go visit this man, ask for money, to pay for money. There's a lot in that statement right there, a lot. And he would get it, he would be, but it was a reminder to his family what he has done. And I'm not sure Gloria was ever picked up on it as she got older. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But if she did, it made it even worse. She would not want their love. And Jimmy Moore, not for nothing, I can't believe I'm saying this, because he loved you. You were his granddaughter in his eyes. He loved you. I was like, when Dad gifted him that brown car, I just remember him taking you, like, places, and maybe he had to take you to daycare, whatever the case is. But he was there for, yeah, he was, and that's why. But still, I can't get over the fact that he did that. His last name is what it is, and now his offspring, a piece of shit. So I would never. Stanley, yeah, I know he lost his wife, but he was a piece of shit. No one liked his ass. You had an argument with him that time that you said at Burger King. You know, about
that's the interesting thing. Like, I could tell you, and everybody else could smile. I was like, I really didn't have no film. When we went there, it was almost like, oh, that's the neighbor.
Well, put it like this. If something would have happened to you, he would have had the same sympathy. So don't ever feel bad.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't have even reached out.
No, I'm saying him.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been supportive of mom for mom.
For the moment.
For the moment. Absolutely. But that's
been business as usual. Like, I'm not of importance, and I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, that's why, if you recall, I had called you first and said, should I go?
Absolutely. And I was like, yeah, you should.
Because I was in the motherfucking bed. Like,
I hear you. I hear you.
I was in the bed.
You were chilling. And, you know, it's unfortunate. I mean, no one, that's, no one wants to be hurt. But God, when you think about what we're talking about right now, what you just said, society makes you, well, this is one of society, it's actually empathy because someone else died, someone's family member, which just happened to be our family member. You know, when you hear it on the news, how many news stories have we seen our whole lives? Thousands. We're like, man, sorry for that family. And they all say the same thing. Our kids go out to the family, say the same shit. Now it's us in a way. But I'm so far removed. It's just not me. Like, nothing happens. And so that's also a blueprint for you. You want to get away completely They have to move completely a fucking way, and that's from Gloria as well. So maybe that's just a statement for you for the future. But let me tell you, it's super easy because I'm out here. I'm not jumping up to go see whoever's in the hospital. It's not gonna happen.
And I'm gonna do that either. Like, yo, I'm telling, let's say, you know, here, and, like, for instance, one of the times that within the last couple of years, she had went to, him was having a, like, cookout at her house. And at first, she said that she wasn't going, but they did ride, wanted her to take her. And then, so, you know, they went and everything, but Fanny ended up getting sick. And they had to call the ambulance for her and shit. And, so when she came back, I'm like,
Mom makes fun of that. Because she has...
She does?
I think so, because is that when she looked like she was having a stroke, but she wasn't, or something like that? Is that the same thing?
Yeah,
but she literally makes fun of that. That's weird. That's some weird energy.
Well, you know why I think she probably doing that subconsciously too is because I want to say she wasn't going at first. Like, you know, I guess Fanny probably coaxed her into going. And then, because the reason why I say that is because I was the one at first, like, picking at her, talking shit, like, ha, 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 like, oh, yeah, so I was the party, blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh, my aunt got sick. And I was like, what you mean? She was like, yeah, she was like, I was sitting there with her, and we were talking, and she was like, all of a sudden, she just had this look in her face, and she just looked like she was having a stroke or something, and blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, then they called the ambulance. The funny thing is, she said that the ambulance took a long time to get there. I was like, damn, Wednesday is like, fuck, y'all motherfucker, we ain't getting paid, we volunteered. So she was like, Kim was acting all scary and stuff, and, you know, but, yeah, like, so, you know what I mean? I'm saying, like, if something like that was to go on, and they try to contact her and get through and say, oh, I think he was rushed to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. If she was to say to me, can you take me to, I'll be like, yeah, I'll drop your ass off. Or I'll be like, hell no. Which that's probably what it's going to be.
I mean, it's going to be difficult.
Well, I know it's not, because I'm done now. Fuck them motherfuckers.
Well, remember, Deja, I keep thinking about her for this stuff, and Charmaine could be great for funerals.
Oh, yeah, no.
What you said.
Yeah, it's something happened, but I'm saying if like, something like that, like, let's say, not really her party, but let's just say they're having a 4th of July cookout, and something happens to her, and then she got to go to the hospital, and Deborah is around, and Deborah goes and calls Gloria, like, oh my God, something happened to Fanny, she's on her way to the hospital. Honestly, I think Ron would be like, oh, okay, well, let me know how it's going, you know.
I mean, that's too much, but yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah, I kind of see that she would too. But in the event that she didn't, let's say it's one of her times where she's fucked up in the mindset, she ain't thinking right, she would say, oh, can you take me? I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Take yourself.
It's called Viola.
Exactly. I'm not doing any of that. Like, now my offer stands for real. What I said goes. I am not doing any of that shit anymore. So, and then remember, didn't Walter call her because Fanny got sick at the casino and called her to try to get who that? Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. Look, and that's not no malice. That's just being real. They don't exist to us. I tell her that damn near every day. I said,
let me ask you a question.
This.
I know my answer, obviously. And if Adam was just to call you nicely, just wanted to talk, would you?
There's no such thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
I know you know the answer to that. You know me well.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's no way that he could call me. Not anyway. Because even let's say he tried to call from his mother's phone. If Deborah ever calls my phone, she's getting blocked immediately. I know her number. And remember this. In January or so, she asked Mom for my number. It's funny, Mom wouldn't even give it to her. She's like, "Oh, I gotta ask Eric," or some shit like that.
She hit your ass. That's the only thing Mom was missing. She should have said, "Oh, I can't give you the number because she hate your ass. So I asked her first." Like, that's how foolish.
Well, at the time, I didn't really, all this shit didn't go on. So she's like, "Oh."
But you still hated her. You know how she was.
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck about her. But she's like, being a narcissist, she's like, "Oh, I wonder what she want." Like, I said to her, I'm like, "Well, my birthday's coming up. Maybe that's what she want." Like, because why would she want my number? First of all, she should already have it. But what the fuck you want my number for? You don't talk to me. Like, back then, here and there, once in a blue moon, she would call you. So what the fuck you calling me for?
Call you asking Gloria or me?
No, calling you.
Yeah. I told you about
right? So my thing was like, let's say she was trying to call me to get your number. Why wouldn't you ask Mom? So Glow was wondering and thinking that she was going to be calling me to talk about her, which is stupid.
That's dumb as shit. Nice try, Gloria. It's not all about you. But it kind of is.
Exactly.
I know.
And so I was like, well, she probably, but remember, she never called. She never called me. And when I saw her, when she came to, okay, let me just go back real quick. When Mom called her to say that Stanley's house blew up, see, you know me, I be thinking not the worst, but I be thinking on the standpoint of, no, like a novel, like Misery or something like that.
This is Janet's mom.
Okay.
Do you want me to call you later or tomorrow?
Yeah, you can call me tomorrow because I'm probably going to
call you tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'll talk to you later.